operation of heavy equipment, travel during non-frozen or wet conditions, or travel on roads can all compact soil layers and make reclamation and vegetation recovery extremely challenging. Compaction occurs when heavy equipment compresses the soil structure. This reduces the porosity of the soil and the ability of air and water to move freely throughout the soil layers, and can make it difficult for plants to grow and establish on a site. Mechanical interventions can help fracture this soil compaction and re-establish soil porosity, aeration, and water flow, thereby increasing the likelihood of successful vegetation recovery on reclaimed sites. Fortunately, there are a range of tools and techniques available to decompact soils: a standard ripper shank, a winged subsoiler, and mounding. In this video, we'll talk about each and showcase where and when they may be appropriate. The standard ripper shank, when attached to a dozer, is a simple and efficient approach to decompaction. However, the shank itself has limitations in terms of its ability to fracture compacted soil layers. Generally, the soil is only fractured near the travel path of the shank. A winged subsoiler can be attached to either an excavator or a dozer. It's a specialized piece of equipment specifically designed for deep plowing of compacted soils while preserving the integrity of the topsoil. The key benefit of the winged subsoiler is that it lifts the underlying soil and creates large voids below the topsoil surface. These voids allow the freeze-thaw cycle to penetrate deep into the soil profile, improving and restoring the natural capacity for water flow and storage in the soil. Mounding techniques can also be used to decompact a site, with soil being scooped and placed adjacent to the hole. This technique can be applied in frozen or unfrozen conditions. While not as efficient as shanks or winged subsoilers, this approach creates a highly heterogeneous soil surface with many microsites and can effectively address compaction issues. One of the key considerations for all decompaction techniques is to avoid treating wet soils, as this will form tunnels below the soil surface with no real fracturing of the soil layers. Plowing with a ripper shank or winged subsoiler should also occur at depths greater than 60 centimeters below the soil surface. Shallower depths create less desirable furrows and can result in a mix of subsoil and topsoil, which can accelerate the closure of adjacent furrows. When it comes to soil compaction, the best options are to establish preventative measures during site construction and operations. But in cases where soil compaction has occurred, there are a range of options available to get a site back on track towards successful vegetation recovery.